To share or not to share? That is the question. So I have talked about this so many times with people. I've had discussions around whether or not you should share your goals and dreams with other people. And there are two main schools of thought around this, and I wanted to share these with you today because I think it is really important when it comes to your own goals and your vision and your intentions and what you have to bring to life to really consider what might work for you. So to kick off with this little perler, know yourself. That's where you want to kick off because you want to know the type of person that you are. If you are the type of person who gets a real energetic boost from telling people your goals so that you are then held accountable so that when you see people, you can say, yes, I am doing that thing. I am training every day to do that marathon that I said I would sign up to. If you know that that will add fuel to your fire, then you know that you are the type of person that can share your goal with someone else because you will get that encouragement and that oomph and that push that you need. Now, you might do that with some things, and then other things you might want to keep to yourself. Now, why would you want to keep stuff to yourself? Now, it isn't because you don't want to share it with people. It is definitely not that at all. It's because your idea needs time to marinate. It needs time to come to life, to have the little seedlings sprout and to have the idea shape and form within you, because that idea has chosen you. It has chosen you to bring it to life. And so sometimes in order for it to grow and evolve, it's better not to share it because it's there to grow. Like you don't see a baby before it's born. Yeah, sure, you might see an X-ray, but it's growing and it's forming. So if you are then to share your idea before it's ready to rock, you might also be sharing that energy out, like that energy is dispersing already and the idea then filters out. It's not as powerful as it once was. And that's what plays into it. It's also the energy of saying that you're going to do something versus that you are doing something. So if you say you're going to do something, it's already given energy to it, and it's almost like you've kind of part done it because you've said you're going to do it. But then that energy, like I said before, disperses, so you kind of like have the energy just spreads out a bit, if you know what I mean. I'm spreading out my hands. So it's not as strong as it once was. So it really is up to you. And also, like if you're saying it, then you're not doing it, then you're not taking the action, because you need to take the action with your ideas as well too. So playing with that and really getting to know, okay, well, how do I operate? And does this idea still need to just be with me for a bit until I know what it's going to be? For example, I created the Frequency Shift Journal, and I'll link it below if you haven't checked it out before. But it was such a big project, and it came about after, if you've watched any of my other videos, which I'll link the one about how the frequency shift activation came to life. This was something that I downloaded after meditation one day to help me reprogram my subconscious mind, because I was hitting my head against so many brick walls, and I wanted to finally shift how I was feeling about myself so I could show up fully and be all that I came here to be. So basically the idea of the journal came about from after that, because I wanted to put everything in one place. And in the past, I had created a planner that worked really well, and I loved how it was set up, but it was missing that really important piece around the subconscious mind programming. And so when I was having the ideas come in and I was letting it sit with me so I could come up with a way that it was going to be easy for people to use, including myself. I use it every single day. It keeps me so on track and so grounded. I wanted to have something that made sense. It allowed me to have the things inside that needed to be there. And so I was developing that idea in my mind first, and in my soul and my psyche, and I was pulling different things in and designing it as I went. And yes, it was a very big project, and it came to life, which was awesome, and it has been so well received. And so had I sort of tried to get different opinions and things like that, which is also really good, by the way, and it's also needed depending on what you're working on and where you're at in the project and all that sort of stuff. I definitely think that is important too. But I needed to sit with it so that it would be something that if I knew that I would use it every single day, that it would be helpful for others as well. That's why I think it's really important to know yourself and to trust the guidance that you get and trust yourself when there's something that you want to share with the world. And ask yourself, why am I, like, if you want to tell people about what you're doing, why? What's the purpose behind it? What's your intention? Is it to get that kick up the bum so you've got that accountability? Like, what is it? I mean, I work in with a beautiful group of people and different groups along the way where we do share our goals with each other and we do share what is coming up. We use the journal, of course, as the quarterly thing that we do to bring it all to life. And we share and we encourage each other. So everyone's energy is supporting each other to bring the things to life that everyone wants to do. Like, everyone has different goals and different things that they're working on. And that encouragement and being able to support one another, especially when you have like those days, to be able to support people to just keep going. And that is also very profound as well too. So if you have a trusted, close group of people that you're working with, that you know you can share what you're working on and it feels good and you know that their energy is going to be uplifting and supporting, then definitely do that too. Because sometimes when you do share with different people, people can put their own limiting beliefs on the thing that you want to do. Like, your goal has come to you for a reason. Your vision has come to you for a reason. And that may not make sense to someone else. And so they might say, oh, what do you want to do that for? That doesn't sound like a good idea. And automatically that energy really can deflate you or take away from the joy that you're feeling to bring this thing to life. So it really is just being really in tune with yourself and knowing where and how and what you want to share, and knowing what stage of the idea or vision that you're at, and just really tapping into that. So yeah, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know, like, do you share your goals from the get-go, or you're someone who likes to have the idea sort of marinate around and so that you can get different thoughts and like, you know what else? What happens as well too is when you have this idea come to you and then you have the different synchronicities of people saying different things that kind of sort of play into that idea that you're playing with, like that can happen as well too. And it's so beautiful to watch. So yeah, share with me. I'd love to know. And sometimes, I'll just keep going, but sometimes as well, like there's some things that you do share that it doesn't matter. I also think is like, here's the thing. I also think that if something's really, really important to you, that sometimes you might not share it. Or so in my experience, like I've talked about different things that I'm doing and I say, oh, I'm doing this course and I'm doing this and that. I think I'm going to bring this in. And it's funny, like when I do that, rarely does that happen. And it's just weird. And then other times when I do things, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to work on this. I'm just going to let this marinate and see how this pans out. They're the things that sort of start to come to life a lot more because I think they had that time to marinate. I'll use that word again, but marinate and just let all the ideas come in. So there's different times. And then other times as well, like, I've done a big long detox where I've worked with a group and yep, this is what I'm doing and been held accountable. So that has been very helpful too. So it's kind of working out when and where to do the thing and what feels right for you. So like I was saying, share in the comments, how do you do it? Do you do that as well? Do you have different times where you want to be held accountable and different times where you want to just let the idea marinate for a while? I'd love to hear from you and hear what you think about that. And while you're here as well too, if you are enjoying this video, I will pop another one up on screen in a minute, which I think you might like as well too. And as always, thank you for being here. And if you're not already on my newsletter, I will pop that in the description as well too. So thanks again for being here, and I look forward to catching you in another video soon.